From World War II to great-grandchildren, these couples have endured a lifetime of love and devotion to one another. Shortly after 12:30 today, shots were heard here on Warren Street in a home where an elderly couple lived. People are turning towards cell phone apps like Snapchat to communicate more than just words. Video and picture messaging never would have been heard of 50 years ago. Community members gathered nearly 50 gently used and new luggages to give to foster children in the area. Looking at reports from this past weekend, there were 3 shootings and a murder. Officials hope with this new initiative, those trends will stop. And our state's economy is booming. North Carolina has taken the top spot on Forbes' annual ranking of the 2017 best states for business. The city of Washington is wasting no time getting into the holiday season. Now Thanksgiving might just be a couple days away, but they're jumping straight to Christmas. During chemo treatments, many patients lose their hair. School zones typically have speed limits set between 15 and 25 miles per hour. It costs $1,000 for each camper to attend camp this week. However, not a single camper is paying a cent to be here. But I know our own Maria Satira actually volunteered to wrap gifts too. While many are looking forward to getting out onto the water this summer, they're not thinking about the bacteria in the water. From World War II to great-grandchildren, these couples have endured a lifetime of love and devotion to one another. They did it all in a way that generations today could never imagine.
Marriage don't mean today what it did when we got married.
Jim and Elva Hardison have been married for 70 years.
We felt like we've known each other all our lives. I felt like he was the boy next door, really, from day one. He was easy to get to know.
It was 1945. Jim was in Mississippi serving with the Navy. Elva was sitting in her high school cafeteria in North Carolina when fate brought them together. Little did he know his future pen pal would become his future wife.
He wrote more than I did, a lot more than I did. And I'd write occasionally, and he'd write me whenever he'd get off of duty.
I kept her busy reading the letters so she wouldn't have a chance to talk to anybody else.
6 months of writing one another led to their first date, and they've been together ever since. Down the road in Snow Hill, Jean and Grace Myatt were just young kids who rode the same bus to school.
She lived on the right side of where I live, and another young lady lived on the left side of where I live. And both of them were good looking.
Jean patiently had to wait a couple of years until Grace was old enough to date.
A mutual friend that we both knew brought him to my house to see me.
It wasn't hard, not when I went to see her. That done away with the one that lived on the left.
For the past 61 years, they've been inseparable.
I lived for Saturdays and Sundays and Wednesday nights. I mean, that was the peak of your week. You work, but oh, it's Wednesday today, I'll see him tonight, that kind of thing.
For decades, the Myatts and Hardisons never once sent a text or called each other, a concept society today could never imagine.
Electronic data, there's nothing personal about it. The personal meeting and talking, you can't even go out and eat a meal now without having to text a message or something. So it's taken away a lot of the personalities that's involved with the personal touch, the immediate presence.
From their early dating days to today, the couples credit the longevity of their marriage to personal communication and a love triangle with God, not technology.
Saturday night I said I'll be back Sunday afternoon or Sunday night. I mean, that was it. You didn't get home and call and say, well, I can't make it.
If you didn't make it, you were in trouble, right?
Life's greatest moments were celebrated and struggles were talked through.
We are an imperfect people living in an imperfect world. There has to be give and take. I'm not a perfect person, she's not, but we recognize that and respect.
In other words, you treat her like a queen, and in return she treats you like a king. That's what life needs to be and what it ought to be.
Communication and faith in one another is what they say strengthens their marriage to see another tomorrow.
Well, I love him just more than I did when I first met him, so.
Same here.
So, and I'd do anything for him to make him happy.
I want to be here for whatever comes. I sure do.
Not a day goes by that both the Myatts and the Hardisons don't tell each other, "I love you." The couples have instilled this advice into their 7 children, 13 grandchildren, and 10 great-grandchildren. And now you. Tonight at 11, I'll explain how dating has changed from their generation to today. Nikki Crosthwaite, 9 on your side. That's right, Shayla. For 17-year-old Acker Harrelson, a normal day at school turned to a much bigger deal in a matter of seconds. I sat down with him today to talk about that day.
Hunting, fishing, and fire department.
Avid outdoorsman, aspiring firefighter, and now a local hero. Acker Harrelson is the talk of school these days after his heroic actions back in February.
Got up like usual, went to school, went through first period, went to my EMS class, which is second.
Little did he know he would be taking the training from that class into his 3rd-hour Spanish class and saving the life of his fellow classmate.
Noticed that she had slumped over in her seat and fell into the floor, and noticed that she was having a seizure.
Without hesitation, Harrelson jumped into action.
Mainly just kind of put it in between my legs because I was on my knees and not really holding her head still, but just put my knees there so if she did move, she would just hit my thighs and not the wall or the ground.
That's when he noticed the girl was also choking on gum.
She stopped and turned blue really fast.
Harrelson, with the help of his teacher, turned the girl on her side and began hitting her back until the gum was coughed up. He then kept her between his legs until EMTs arrived. Just a few weeks prior to the incident, Acker says his class was studying the chapter on seizures. Many believe that is more than just a coincidence.
Oh no, it was always in the right place at the right time. And that's a lot of what we do. So it was great that he could use what he knew, use his training to definitely help.
Harrelson's actions did not go unrecognized. His EMS instructor submitted the information to the American Heart Association, and he was awarded the Heart Saver Hero Award.
I just am doing what I was trained to do and what I love to do, helping others.
In 2017, Harrelson was recognized as the Junior Firefighter of the Year in Lenoir County. He will now add to his resume the Heart Saver Hero Award, an award only 3 people in the nation have received this year. Nikki Crosthwaite, 9 on your side.
I didn't think anything of it because I was so young.
Last summer, Kimberly Miller discovered a small lump in her chest. Just a week after her own mother was diagnosed with breast cancer, she too began the battle against the disease.
I finished chemo in February, the end of February, and I started radiation today, actually.
With treatment comes side effects. A local salon partnered with the UNC Lenoir Cancer Center to boost the confidence of women undergoing treatment. During chemo treatments, many patients lose their hair. The ladies here at Hair Emporium are showing these ladies how to tie a turban and look wonderful doing it.
We customized masks. We did a full makeup session where actually they got to apply makeup correctly. After we did the makeup, we did turbans and wig fittings.
Brittle nails, dry skin, hair loss are just a few of the side effects associated with cancer treatment. For some, they last long after treatment. Makivia Sutton says programs like these are an important part of the battle for women like her mother, a 2-time breast cancer survivor.
When they're going through something, and sick and not knowing what's coming next, something to just lift their spirits like this is really important.
Both the beauticians and participants say they took away the same special message from this program.
That no matter what, you can make yourself look beautiful.
In Kinston, Nikki Crosthwaite, 9 on your side.